episode. My name is Clifton and these are my co-hosts Michael and Linnea, and this is your favourite show, Below the Belt, the wrestling show for the fans and by the fans. In today's episode, called, go for it Michael,
the Definitive Subscribers episode, an episode exclusively dedicated to our loyal subscribers in answering your questions. Alright, now the first question for the new question section comes from Frank2619, and he asked, do you agree with me when I say Kofi Kingston is the new face of ECW and could be the next ECW champion?
This will be a short answer, I think. No.
No.
You are a complete idiot to think that our intelligence would be challenged to such a low level to think that Kofi Kingston is the new face of ECW.
I guess
I'm
he's
not
got
saying
a lot
he's
of...
not good. He is. I mean, he's a reasonable wrestler.
You don't
I
have
just
to cover
think
your tracks.
He is the new face of ECW. I don't think that. I just think he's an up-and-coming wrestler.
For our next question, which comes from Frank2619 again.
I really appreciate it.
I don't. It's wasting my time. Now,
246.
he asked, rumors are saying that TNA and Ring of Honor are uniting to become one big company. So do you think TNA and Ring of Honor would be a threat to WWE?
As a company against WWE? No.
Why?
Well, if you look at them now, from what I've seen, I haven't seen much of Ring of Honor or TNA, but you know, you can just tell. You look at their product and it's not as clean, it's not as polished as the WWE. So they need more money, I think.
I think Ring of Honor is just, I guess, a feeder ground for both TNA and WWE. So TNA and Ring of Honor forming a sort of partnership is a good idea for TNA in terms of getting more talent rather than having to rely on the scraps that WWE throws them when they fire people. So really in that way, it's a very, very good partnership, I believe. I think it should be good news for TNA. In terms of them uniting into a larger federation which is going to compete against WWE, that I'm not sure of, because as Cliff says, it's the talent and the product is still a bit rough. And I think in terms of capturing the imagination of hardcore wrestling fans, I don't think they're going to have the goods. Perhaps, if they do, maybe get some more money, better writers, get rid of Russo, maybe they'll have a chance. But I would like to see Ring of Honor hook up with TNA, and hopefully they'll start firing some of those old guys who don't need to be there anymore and who are just dragging down the company and making them look like
They need to promote their own stars as well.
Steiner, get rid of him.
Guys.
Kevin Nash, get rid of him.
Yeah.
All of those old school guys need to go and bring up some fresh new talent.
I mean, they love all the WWE guys. They're really pushing them. And the
good.
TNA guys, like AJ Styles, they're all sort of...
Can't argue with that.
I would say, dream on. That's all. You know,
well, unfortunately, they're not
taking
on the
my hands
same
up.
level as WCW. They've got a while yet.
I don't have to waste my time addressing this question.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to happen. And WWE is such a huge force to be reckoned with right now. But anything is possible in the wrestling world.
Anything is possible, and I would love to see some real competition, because that's what brought the best out of WWE, was when they had that competition with WCW.
Well, you heard it from the both of my co-hosts, so let's carry on.
Next question.
Now, next question we have from one of our subscribers, Jax, or
V-Type
619.
How's it going, Jax?
Right.
How's it going, Jax? And he asked this question, favorite old school wrestler. What are our favorite old school wrestler? And remember, it's a singular, meaning he only asked for one and not for a few.
Damn.
And I know how smart asses you two would like to be to name up to 10, but we're going to name only
10.
one.
If I had to go for one, and most people won't probably agree with me, I'd have to say Hulk Hogan. I mean, that music, Hulk Hogan was such a big part of my childhood. You know, when I think of the 80s, I think of Hulk Hogan. First name that comes to mind.
I have 10. So
No, we're going to name one.
One, Ravishing Rick Rude.
Ravishing Rick Rude. And why?
Yeah.
Because he's one of my favourite wrestlers.
And why? No, and why? You need to justify.
I loved the gimmick, I loved his matches, and he always delivered.
Unfortunately, Jax, a lot of respect to you. I don't like any of the old wrestlers.
Why don't you go with the 90s then? a wrestler who isn't wrestling now that was big then?
Well, I
Sort
would
of
say
old
if that's the case, it will be The Rock. So I hope we answered your question, Jex, which we did.
Yes.
All right, now.
Next question.
Next question comes from Extreme Family Guy fan. Okay. Now, he asked, if RVD returns full-time, where would he be? Would he be in WWE or TNA? And which one should he go to? Thank you, and you guys, referring to me, you guys are awesome.
I actually think for RVD it depends where he feels, where his mates are. I think RVD is very much a mates kind of guy.
Yeah.
Which is why he's not successful. You gotta
Possibly.
forget your
That is
friends
possible.
sometimes in
If
wrestling
you know
to
the
excel.
right friends, you'll do well in
Yeah,
WWE.
and unfortunately RVD doesn't.
Yeah.
Because he's stupid.
I actually think he'll be more comfortable at TNA because
I think so.
think that was one of the reasons he left WWE was because he didn't want to tour so much. He'll be closer to home, and there are some people there who he may feel comfortable with in terms of his friends.
Booker?
And I think they also have a bit of a more relaxed view
Is
of
Booker T his friend?
certain
I think so.
substances that he
Is
might
Booker
not
T his
partake
friend? Oh my god, he has bad choice of friends.
Oh,
So yeah, so
was his friend, but
I'm
he's
going to
not
go
one.
with TNA.
WWE, if RVD is smart, earn the money, forget your friends.
Which show on WWE? ECW?
Alright, yeah, ECW. He should show up on ECW and take over the helm again.
Alright.
So, thank you. Oh, is that it?
Questions.
No, okay,
Wait,
now.
wait, we got one new question hot off the press, didn't we? Just today, actually.
Yes, what are your...
Dr. Shivago X, I believe.
Yes, and he asks, what is your favorite wrestling gimmick?
Now, what is
Chris-
a gimmick first, actually?
A gimmick is defined as anything in WWE in which it... I don't know how to define it.
A gimmick is the behaviour of a wrestler, how they look, how they behave. So, John Cena's rapper gimmick, that's
Right.
his look, that's how he acts, that's how he wrestles, all this five knuckle shuffle stuff, it's all based on his gimmick as a rapper.
Oh, I thought it was things like carrying a snake to the ring.
It could be.
I would now say my favorite gimmick would be Carlito's apple spitting gimmick.
Okay. I liked that about 2 years ago, but it's sort of old now.
Alright, what about you, Linnea?
There's so many to pick from.
Mm.
I like the Undertaker's dead man gimmick. I know a lot of people are sick of it and think it's really old, but I love it. It sends chills up my spine. That and Stone Cold's badass beer drinking, beer swilling, giving the finger to his boss.
The funny thing about Undertaker's gimmick is it's so silly.
But
it
it's so
works.
cool.
He makes it work, The idea of a dead man, a zombie, whatever. I don't know what his gimmick's supposed to be, but the idea of that, is weird, but he makes it work somehow. I like it too. Yeah. Gimmick.
Alright.
I like
Does
the
that answer
idea of
your
the rapper
question?
gimmick.
Although I do
the
think
idea.
bringing a snake to the ring is pretty cool as well.
I don't think
Why
it's
not they just
silly,
bring a
really.
tiger?
Haven't they done that?
Or a lion?
What about a parrot?
Or a camel?
That's Coco Beware parrot.
Oh, anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.